So let's start the recording. So today, like we are doing the installations, right? So after the installation, so what we have to do, like right after the installation, like for the to recap to the our previous activities. So we done the installation. Installation means so building a new system here means installation of the means creating a new system here. But SAP for creation of the new system, they are the some different softwares we have to download it. Different softwares we have to download it here. So like SWPM software, exports, kernel, DB client, then SAP host agent. These are the things we required to perform the SAP installation. Once the SAP is built, so once SAP is a three-tier architecture, right? So we have the presentation layer, so then presentation layer, then we have the application layer, then we have the DB layer here. So we have the three types of layer. In SAP, whenever you done the installation, you will get the two instances. You will get it out here. One is the ASCS instance, second one is the application server, right? ASCS here, ASCS. So here, this is called the application server, right? So first we installed primary application server here, first application server here. So user, you have the login pad here. From here, you will connect to the your SAP application server. You will connect to the SAP application server. SAP will connect to the database here. SAP will connect to the database here, right? This is the DB here, right? So yes, both will be interlinked here. Both will be yes and pass, both will be interlinked here. So then, so when you log in from here, user or here, this is the presentation layer, then you can able to launch the SAP screen here. Then SAP is depend upon the DB, SAP is depend on the database here. That is the main thing here. SAP is depend on the database here. So here, so this part we have done the installation. So as part of the installation, you got the SAP work process, right? So how once the home is built, so we will get the how the family members will come. So same as like in SAP also. So whenever you done the brand new house, whenever you install the new house, so new house. So whenever you install the new SAP system, you will get the seven work process, core work process. You will get it out from the SAP. The work process, SAP, the work process here. The first we discuss about the work process administration part only, right? Work process here. Yeah, the first one that is called the dialog work process. The second one is called the background work process here. So there is a syntax to remember the easily this work process DBEBMGS. DBEBMGS. So D means dialog, V means update, right? E for NQ, right? NQ work process here, right? Then B for background, M for the message server here, right? G for gateway work process here. Gateway. Then as for spool work process here. So these are the process will be in the five work process will be created in the each SAP system here. Each SAP system here, whenever you done the any SAP system here. So we have the different type of modules in SAP, right? Modules like ECC, S4HANA, BW, and CRM, SRM, right? SEM, right? So we have the PI, PO. We have a lot of like modules are there in SAP. Depends Fiori. So depends upon the business. We will do the respective SAP product installations. SAP product installations in SAP, right? The same as like here, right? So this is the work process. Any SAP system installation, this work process will be created here, right? So in these two instances means two partitions in SAP. There are the two five work process will be there. So along this work process, additionally each application server you have the dispatcher and ICM work process, then IGS work process here. ICM and IGS. ICM and IGS work process are there. So IGS work process are there here, right? Along this one here. So here, sir, we have the two instances. What is mean by instance here? In the instance means the set of services will run on this instance. Set of process will run on these instances. So that is called the instance. Instance means collection of process or set of process are called the instances. Instance. So yes, is the one instance. Then PaaS is the one instance. Whenever you install SAP, two instances will be created here. Two instances will be created here. So SAP means what? SAP means here ASS plus. So a primary application server. ASS means the primary application servers we have here, right? So that is the SAP. First of all, whenever by default you will get the one ASAP, one above central services. Then ASS means, so that is called the ASCS. So above system central services. Okay. Then PaaS. Primary application server. ASS and PaaS, primary application server here, right? So this will be created here. SAP means, what is mean by SAP? System, applications, and product in business data processing. In your business, you want to process the business data, definitely we need the one system, one application, one product, definitely ERP product that is required here, right? So then, so like that, we have the SAP number of products are there, ECC, ERP, then SEM, SRM, CRM, PI, PO, and so BTP, cloud platforms, many things are there, SAP products, right? So these are the products. But any SAP product, if you install it, either S4HANA or ECC or anything, you will get the two instances, you will get it out. One is the ASS and PaaS, and these are the work process commonly you will get from SAP. These are the work process commonly you will get from SAP here, right? So that is the SAP work process here. Sir, you mentioned like there are the 6-7 work process. So here the count is over. What about this one means? These are the additional services. These are the additional services. So some additional services fine. These are the work process fine. Where this will be available, where this process will be available here, where the process will be available here. So this process will be available. This process will be sit in each and every instance here. Sir, so in ACS, you see there is a message server, NQ server. Message server plus NQ server will sit in this ACS instance here. Message server, NQ server here. So there is a message server here. Message server will be located in the ASS. Message server, NQ server will be located in the here, right? The remaining all the process. So dialog work process here, update, right? Then background work process, then gateway, spool work process, and the remaining these three also will be in the this three also will be in the here in the application server, right? So only two will be in the ASCS instance. Only two will be in the ASCS instance. Remaining 5 plus this 3, total 8 will be in the application server. So whenever the first application server you got it, then again we can one more application server also we can install it here, right? We can add the additional application servers also here. Additional application server. Why? Because each application server, so there is a limitations, right? So that your business load is very high, more number of users are logged into the system, then in this case, what we have to do, we need to, so in this case, what we have to do, we need to use the, we need to add the additional application server here, right? The traditional application servers also you will get the same, whatever this application server we have, same we can get it out. So like that, n number of additional application servers we can add it here. But ASS only one, DB is only one, your logon pad is only one, you are only one to log into the system. But application servers multiple we can add it, depends upon the business. Depends upon the business load, you can add the multiple application servers. Depends upon the business load, you can add the multiple application servers here. That is the one thing here. Okay, so here ASS message server, NQ server, then remaining work processor UL and DB is here, right? So then how we can connect here, right? So whenever user log into the system, whenever the user, so whenever your logon pad to SAP application server, there is a, so here the each application server, so there is a dispatcher, there is a dispatcher here, that dispatcher will be here, right? The dispatcher will be located here. The dispatcher will take the request, will assign to the available dialog work process here. Dispatcher will take it out, available dialog work process here, right? That is the one thing here, right? So if you see here, this architecture, so same, maybe if you, so here we have to discuss about the each and every work process and what is the use case for the each and every work process here. So here the first one is the dispatcher. What is the use of the dispatcher here? Where the dispatcher sits in the application server level. Each application server level, you have the dispatcher here. So dispatcher will be there. Dispatcher responsible to take the user request, which is coming from, check the user request from GUI, and so assign to so dialog work process here. Take the user request, assign to the dialog work process here, right? That is the one thing here. Dispatcher take the user request from GUI and assign to the dialog work process here, right? So that is the, so one thing we have here. And also dispatcher maintain the all the request in FIFO order. So first in, first out order. The request which is coming first, it will take the first request and it will assign to the, so the first in, first out. Which request is coming first in, then that request first out, it will assign it here, first in FIFO order, right? So it will maintain the order wise, and it will maintain all the request in FIFO order and assign to so dialog work process here. That is what it will dispatcher will do here, right? If any request is coming from the GUI, it will assign to the dialog work process in a order wise. It will assign it here, right? So the status of the dispatcher, we can see it in the we can see it in the application server level, how the dispatcher is running or not, right? So and also the dialog work process here, the work process here. What is the use of the dialog work process here? So dialog work process is responsible for to take the request from the dispatcher and process the user request. So dialog work process will process the user request here. Process the user request which is coming from, right? So dispatcher is assigning to the dialog work process. Dialog work process process the user request. So process the user request until the user is log off. That dialog work process will stick with that user only. Here, right? This is the dialog. So dialog. So each work process, not only dialog, each work process, there is a status here. There is a status of the work process here. Either dialog update, enqueue, background, so message. So each and everything, there is a so status of the work process we have here, right? So if I talk about the work process status, if I talk about the work process status here, status of the work process here, so we have the waiting. So we have the waiting, so waiting, running, sleep, stop, error. Okay, so waiting, sleep, stop, error, then hold, and private. Private mode. Okay, private mode means almost memory occupied, work process is going to the private memory. Then system, anytime system will go hum status or not responding status, or it will be down here, right? So all the dispatcher will control the all the work process here. Dispatcher will control the all the work process here. All the work process here. Dispatcher will control the all the work process here. So so here waiting status means waiting means work processor waiting for the user request. If the status of the work process shows waiting, then work processor free. Waiting means it's a free waiting for user request, waiting for user request here, waiting for user request here. Work process will waiting for the user request to process it here, right? So running status means the work processor running with the user request, work processor running with the user request here, right? Sleep means work processor sleep mode. Sleep mode means it's waiting for the other resources, or it's not responding status here. Stop means work processor in the error status, it's stopped. Work processor stopped, and the status is error, the work processor in the error status. Hold means the work processor in the hold, waiting for the other dependency services to be completed, dependency task to be completed here. That is the one thing. So private mode means work processor in the private mode here. Private mode means almost work process in memory management. So we have the memories. When the systems does not have, in the work processor using the more memory, so that time we will get a symptom of the work process like private memory. When the system is in the private mode, immediately we need to cancel, or we need to kill that work process, or we need to do the respective action here. So these are the status of the work process mode here. This is the status of the work process mode here, right? That is the one thing here, right? So each work process, this mode will be, we can see this mode in the SM50 and SM66 transaction codes. In SAP is a transaction code based concept here. SAP is a transaction code based concept here. So means if you enter the transaction code, here, so the respective business page will be opened. Transaction code is like a shortcut to the business application. So shortcut to the business application here. Shortcut to the business application. So in case of, if you enter the one transaction code, the respective business page will be opened. The business page will be opened here, right? So in SM50, if you just enter the transaction code, then the respective page will be opened here. So, sir, why these two transaction codes? What is the use of this two transaction code here, right? SM50 is like it's a local work process overview. SM50 is like a local work process overview here. Work process overview. So, suppose if you want to check the work process status, then we can find out using the status of the work process, we can find out in the SM50 transaction code. So, but what is meant by local here? Local means the particular application server related status. The particular application server related status we can find out in the SM50. In SM50, the local work process overview, the particular application server status we can find out here. Then SM66, this is the global work process overview. Global work process overview here. Or global work process overview means, so it's for all the application servers, all the additional application servers also we can find out here. So in SAP, as I mentioned here, so the presentation layer, then SAP application layer here, then DB layer here. So this application layer, as I mentioned here, multiple application layers we can add. It depends upon the load. Multiple application servers on a different instance, different host. On the same host we can add it here. On the same host we can add it here. We can add it here. Same host or different host, we can add it here, right? That's what we can do it here. We can add it, we can do that one here. So why? Because so it depends upon the load. One application servers here, we have the load is more. Then what we can do, we can add the additional application servers. When you install the additional application server here, then again you will get the same work process, whatever the work process dispatcher. So you will get it out, except ASS, message server and queue server. This will be only one, right? So then remaining work process, dispatcher, ICM, IGS, and dialog updates. So these things you will get it out the here in this case. These things you will get to the here in this case here, right? So these many work process are here also. All the work process are available. Each instance you have the work process are available. Sir, I want to check the each and every work process status means local means it will take a lot of time in this application server. SM50, 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 SM50 means so all the instances you have to execute the SM50. Instead of that, you can just go ahead and check the SM66 under the same as, but both are the same SID only. All are same SID only. If you go to the SM66, then all the application related work process status you will see in the SM66 here. That's why we will call it as the global work process overview. All global means all application servers related status, work process status we can see. Sir, what is the status of the work process? Waiting, running, sleep, stop, error, hold, private. So these are the status of the work process here, right? So whenever we are logging to the from GUI to, whenever you are connecting to the one application server, it will use the DIALOG protocol. It will use the DIALOG protocol here. So DIALOG protocol means SAP GUI to. So DIALOG protocol. So SAP GUI to, and the SAP app server, it will use the DIALOG protocol here. DIALOG means dynamic interactive access gateway. Using this protocol, your GUI to SAP application server, the connection will happen, right? This is the internal protocol. The GUI will initiate the connection to the your SAP application server here. SAP will initiate the connection to the SAP application servers here, right? That is the one thing here. Waiting, running, sleep, stop, error, hold, private mode. This is the status of the work process. So if all the work process are in the running status, then users cannot log in. Users cannot log into the application servers here. In case of all work process are in the status here, we cannot log into the systems here, right? So sleep, all work process are in the setting sleep. Sleep means the work process are sleep mode. It's not running. So stop, processor stopped. Error, work processor in this error. Hold means waiting for other work process to run it here. So that is the one thing here, right? Private mode, work processor in the private memory here. So that is the status of the work process mode here. Okay, so but these all the application servers will connect to the one single instance only. Here all the work process are connected to the one single instance only. It will connect it here. So it will connect to the one database only, but ASS will control the all those things here, right? So dispatcher will control the all the work process here, right? So ASS will control the all the instances here, right? Dispatcher will control the within the instances we have the work process. Work process will be controlled by this one here, right? That is the one thing here. And this is the work process related information. In that dialog work process, what is the use of the dialog work process? Dialog work process will pick up the user request, then process the user request here. The status and all we can see it in the SM50, SM66 transaction code. We can see the work process status and everything here, right? So both are same concept, same thing only, but one is the only one application server specific status will be provided. The second one is like a all the application servers related status we will get from SAP. So in SM66 transaction code here, right? So here normally we use the transaction code. First, we use the transaction code whenever log into the SAP through GUI. We will log into the SAP application servers here. Why? Because in SAP, this all the SAP products, most of the products are related as above products here. We have the two types of systems are there here. One is the as above product and as Java product here. As above means it's a through GUI only we have to log in. So as Java systems mean Java systems, portal PO systems are Java systems, which we have to use the web browser, to log into the systems here. Web browser to log into the systems here. That is the what we can see it here. Above and GUI and above web browser we can log into the systems here, right? So that is the one thing here, right? So that is the above GUI and Java web browser systems we have here, right? So this all the ECC, S4 HANA, CRM, SRM, all which are log into the GUI, those are at the above systems here. Java systems you cannot log into the GUI through browser URL. You have to connect to the Java portal systems and everything. We have to connect it here through browser URL. We have to connect it here. That is the one thing here. And one more thing here. So Java, right? As we discussed about the Java systems are like, so it will like how the integration works. Let me show you. Normally all the modules and how the integration works here. Integration. So SAP, we can easily integrate with the other SAP systems as well as third party systems as well, right? Other SAP integration means connecting. Integration means connecting here. Suppose if you take the ECC, for every business, ECC is the one of the core component here. That's why ECC, enterprise core component here, right? ECC means enterprise core component, which means every organization. So this is the core component. Why? Because here the live transactions will happen in the ECC. Live data will sit. There are the two types of data will come into the system. One is the two types of data. So one is like a live transactions, that is called the transactional data here. Second one is the analytical data, transactional data, analytical data. So transactional data means here OL, so TP, normally in the short form, online transactional processing, online analytical processing here, right? But ECC is the one of the transactional system. The live transactional will happen here. So live transactions will happen in the ECC systems. Live transactions will happen in the ECC systems here. So live transactions will happen in the ECC. So that if anything we want to do, live transactions, all the systems, other systems means, suppose like you have the BW system, so you have the CRM system, so you have the SRM system, you have the other systems, you have the some other systems, you have the portal systems, any system which will pull the data from the, suppose like BW, CRM, SRM, maybe Fury, okay. So some other maybe let's take the PS project systems, some other module systems, some other additional SAP systems here. So this all the systems will connect to the our ECCs only. We will integrate with the ECC only here. Why? Because for all the systems, we'll pull the data from the ECC one. Live transactions will happen here, so that using the so these systems will need the data from the ECC. So it will connect to the ECC system to pull the data. So which means the integrations will happen from ECC to BW, BW to here, BW to CRM, CRM to SRM, SRM to here, then again Fury to here and here to here. So means the multiple integrations will happen, right? One system to other systems, other system to one systems. So there we have to do the integrations work here, right? So why? Because to connect to the one system to other system, my mobile to your mobile, how the Bluetooth connectivity or wire connectivity is required to connecting the both the mobiles, same as like here also to connecting the both the systems, we have to do the so connectivities. We have to do the multiple connectivities. We have to perform it here, right? That is what. So then integration. So how to connect to one system means there is a RFC connection. That time we can work it out. So integration part. So one system can be integrated with the connected with the multiple systems as well. Why? Because here one of the example ECC will connect with the multiple peripheral systems as well. Why? Because ECC, it contains the live transactions data. So all the systems, other systems will pull the data from the, will need the data from the ECC. So ECC, they will pull the data from the ECC systems here, live transactions data, right? And also, so here for doing the this functional work and development work, so normally to team structure, if I talk about the team structure here, so our teams are divided into the, so teams means our work in SAP, we are not only one person to do the all the work here, right? So our teams work divided into the two types here. SAP, in SAP estate, so our teams are divided into the two types here. One is the technical, second one is the so functional here, technical and functional teams here. So technical means our basis team is first of all come, then above team will come into the picture here as well here, right? Then when it comes to the functional team here, we have the FI, CO, MM, SD, right? So PP, PS, right? PA, PP, PS, and so these are and so we have a lot of things: MM, SD, PP, PS, production planning, project systems, and so some other functional modules as well here, right? Those are the functional modules. They will work on the systems here. So security team also will work on the security also will work on the systems here, right? Technical. So here we are the main team here to support the systems, to build the systems and everything. We are the main persons. So above team, above activities, he will perform it here. Above activities, they will perform it in the systems here. Security team, security related work, they will perform it here. Security related work. Security related means user IDs, creations, roles, authorizations. They will above team. He will customize the code, reports, and everything. Basis team is the technical. So FI person, financing, controlling, that persons will do that scan. So let me give you overview about the team structure and what they do, what the functional people will do, what the technical people do, what the basis people will do. What the basis people will do, you have the some idea, right? Now what the functional people will do, right? So there is a presentation. Let me present it. Maybe I think I prepared for the one of the company. So I prepared for the one of the company. Yeah, you can see the functional model overview here. Okay, so here the finance model here, right? This will, finance means every company, every organization, the finance is very important, right? Finance. So there the finance, the FI model team, they team So they will manage their functional transactions, accounts, reporting, all things. They will take care of the all those things part and everything here, right? So SCM, supply chain management time. They will optimize the finance process such as like invoicing, payments, credit management, and supply chain. These and all the things they will manage it here, right? Controlling team, controlling CO, controlling. They will control the cost, right? In the finance, so they will manage their financial transaction codes and everything. But in the controlling, definitely the controlling, the budget controlling also it's required, right? Here, the controlling team will control the cost of the cost revenue. So each and everything, profitability, accountability, budgeting, each and everything, plannings, financial plannings, and everything will be done by the controlling team here, control team, CO, this module team here, right? And also, if you see the material management, so material management means materials, procuring the materials, right? Logistics, the material, goods, the goods. So this and all the things, purchasing. So this and all the things, material. If you purchase one material, how the purchasing, inventory, logistics. So this and all the warehouse management, this and all the things will be done by the material management team here, right? Sales and distribution, SD team. SD team will perform the sales and distribution process here, right? Order management, pricing, delivery, these and all the things will be done by the sales and distribution team here, right? So logistic, LE, providing the logistics means, so inventory, physical movement of the logistics, transportations, warehouse, this and all. See here, PP, production planning here, right? Quality management, right? So here the PP manage the production process here, planning to planning to execution, scheduling, controlling. So that is the production planning, quality, plant maintenance, project systems, HCM, HRM, HR systems like payrolls, personal administration, payroll management, time. This is a training. So all the information will be done by the your all the things will be done by the your. So this functional people here means one company is trying to install the SAP. One company is trying to establish the SAP for their business. Then so depends upon the business, they can go with the respective modules. They will introduce in their for business, for their business. They will install the respective modules here. Respective modules they will go for this one here, right? So the benefits of this module is, so automatic the things here, automating the process here, right? So enhance decision making. Simply we can make the decisions. So reporting tool will provide the reports, analysis, and everything. Then real-time data analytics that will be performed. So we can make the decision making efficiency. Why? Because it will streamline the process. Whatever the manual process we are doing without SAP, that will be streamlined the process and automated the workflows and everything here, right? It will reduce the cost also here. Why? Because if you optimize the process, the cost will be reduced and everything will be, we can reduce it here, right? That is the, so this is what we have in the, this is what the each and every the functional modules related things and everything here, right? So that is the, see here how the user logon process also works here, right? GUI to the dispatcher to the work process to the, then DB. I will explain detailed way about this architecture as well here, right? So here we have the users types, like how the end users will connect. Some people they will use the SAP GUI, Fiori, mobile apps, and web applications. They will use the multiple things here. So as I mentioned here, integration, SAP integration with the other SAP systems here, right? There are the types of integrations in SAP here, right? So PO systems here, iDocs, right? ALE. So there are the multiple integration methods they will use in SAP. These all are the SAP related functionalities. So any one of the integration methods they will use it. Then to transfer the data, to exchange the data between the systems, they will use these methods. They will use it here. Integration methods they will use it here. RFC, API management. Then these things they will use it here. So reporting tool, SAP reporting tools here. Either the business objects. There are some reporting tools available in the market. So these are the business objects, analytics, crystal reports, web intelligence and analysis, design studio, Lumira. These are the some reporting tools also available in the market here, right? So these are the functional modules are there. As I mentioned here, each functional module, there is a own set of responsibilities that people will perform the each and every responsibilities in the SAP systems here. SAP systems here. That is the one thing here. That is the one thing here. So now, once they perform the respective responsibilities here, so then means our duty we have to perform it above team responsibility, security team responsibility. Now we are the basis consultant, so we have the set of responsibilities to work on the systems here. In that first responsibility, in case if you get the chance, then you will work on the installation part. Otherwise, so normally the support activities only, we have to work on that part here. Support activities means daily monitoring, transports, working on the tickets and everything here. Daily monitoring means the first transaction code SM50, SM66 are the its work process are related to the dialog work process, right? Here we can check the status of the work process. So normally, if at least one work process, one dialog work process should be free status. One dialog work process should be free status. Why? Because if the dialog work process are free, then it will take care of the dialog work process are free. It will take care of the user request and it will process the user request. So as part of the day your starts, first we need to check the work process status, the dialog work process status and everything. We need to check it out here, right? Some 50, some 66. So local work process overview, then so global work process overview. We need to check the all the things on here, right? So and also the first work process is dialog. Next one, so DV, we write DVEBMGS, dialog, update, enqueue, background, message server, gateway, spool here. So the next one is for the update work process, updates. So SM50, SM66 are the transaction code. I will show you in the practically also. So then what the update will do here. So update will update the records in the dialog mode. User done some transactions, some updates. That update work process will update the records into the DB table level, will be done by the update work process. Update work process here. So I logged into the IRCTC, I done the one transaction code, then that updates got generated, then that updates will be updated by the update work process in the DB table level. This update work process will be updated here. That is the one of the important thing here. Okay, that is the one of the thing here, right? Update work process. So the transaction code for the update work process is SM13 and SM14 here. So SM13 here, so normally as part of the daily monitoring, we can check the SM13 if any failed update records in the system. If any failed update records in the system, we have to check in the here in the SM13. If any failed update records, we need to inform to the respective functional team. Why? Because here updates means so some user related transactions are not updated. So those people though they will take care of. But here we have to inform them, are there any update got stuck in the system or not here. In SM14, we can check the status of update update work process, status of the update work process here. We can check the status of the update work process here. That is the one thing here, right? That is the one thing here. Check if any failed update records in the system. Check the update status of the update and everything here. That is the update related things here, right? So SM50, the dialog purpose, D for dialog. Here SM50 local work process overview, right? So SM60 global work process overview, right? Global. That is the one thing here, local and global work process overview here. So that is so here this transaction codes, if you execute it, you will get the work process status here. So if you execute the SM13, then we can check the failed update records. If anything failed update records are there in the system, that we can check it out here. If any field update records are there, that will be discussed here. That will be so seen in the update records here. That's what we can check it in the systems here. Field update records in the system here. Field update records, right? SM13 and SM14, we can see the so status, whether the update is active or deactive. So those things we can check it in the so SM14 transaction code here. SM13, SM14 are the transaction code for the updates here, right? So then, so same as like here, NQ, right? NQ, E for NQ work process, locking mechanism. NQ means it's a locking mechanism here. Locking, so mechanism here. Locking mechanism. So the transaction code for the NQ is the SM12. Here we got to check the if any old lock entries in the system. Check if any old lock entries and remove it. Lock entries older than 24 hours as per company. Then if you have any, then we have to so remove the old lock entries here. SM12, right? Old lock entries. SM13, any failed update records in the system or not. SM14, right? Update work process overview and everything. Check the status of the update work process and everything here, right? So these are the means each and every work process, it will perform the respective actions in the system. Update. It will check, it will update in the dialog mode. User logged into the dialog mode, then he will perform the user logged into the dialog mode here, right? Then he's done the some transaction, something he got updated, some records are inserted, then it will generate the one update record. That record will be updated by the update work process. So then update work process, then the user, then update work process will update the data into the DB table levels by the this using this transaction code. We can check it out. Are there any field update records or any it's processed? So we can check the status and everything here, right? The dialog mode user logged in is trying to book something, then immediately NQ work process will lock the transaction, will locking the transaction here. So why? Because to avoid the other users to lock it. So there is a object here, there is a table here. So there is a one person here, there is a one person here. So both are trying to update the same table or same company code here. Then immediately whoever the first opened the transaction, whoever the first opened the transaction, the company code, the work process will stick with this one. Use the NQ work process will lock that user transaction. Why? Because other users will go and edit the same. It will tell like this someone already logged in or someone already in progress, someone already editing the system. So this company code like that, they will get the error messages because of some warnings. They will get it out. Why? Because the respective transaction already being used by the other process. Respective process already being used by the other process. Then here the NQ will provide these details to the locking mechanism is provide the details. NQ will lock the transactions securely. Once your editing is done, immediately once the editing is done, immediately once this is done, immediately NQ will release the lock entry here, right? Sometimes it won't release the lock entry. So I'm trying to book the one ticket till my booking is completed. Then safely NQ work process will lock that entire process, entire the transaction. It will lock it. Why? Because other users should not book the same seat or same thing, right? So NQ work process will lock the same. Then once my booking is completed, then immediately so when Cooper process is released, the status will show to others like the ticket is already booked, or so it's not booked, then it will be the status of the tree, it will be free status here. That will be done by the NQ. The locking mechanisms will be, so that is the NQ work process will do this kind of thing here. Okay, so what we have to do, so now we have to log into the SAP systems. Then we have to log into the SAP system. We need to execute this transaction codes, and we have to see the status here. Right? That I will show you here. So I think SAP is not accessible, I guess. Let me check. So from now on, Now onwards, so you need to log into the this IP, the main IP where you have the SAP logon pad and SAP systems are there. There you need to practice the all the transaction ports, whatever I discussed here. You need to practice it here, right? So the practical thing I will show you tomorrow how it will work and where to check it out, right? So today just I will share the one presentation to everybody just to go through it. You will come to know the functional status informations like how the list of functional modules, what they will do, how the integration works, integration modules. So all those things I will share the details to everybody. Okay. Clear? Any questions, anyone? Just I will confirm once the some network problem, I guess. I will confirm.